What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So first off, I want to say Merry Christmas. I'm going to do a quick little video. We're just going to go over the calendar. I want to talk about the increase, the COLA increase for 2024. It actually starts this week. So I just want to go over that, and then we'll talk a little bit more. If you guys have any questions, you guys can let me know in the comments below. But let's go ahead and take a look. I don't want to waste any time. I know it's Christmas. You should be with your family, enjoying Christmas. So let's just go ahead and talk about this really quickly. Okay, so just looking at our calendar, I just want to go back. Let's see. We'll start in December because that's when the first check will actually arrive, and I'll show you the reason why it's arriving. So I want to make sure I'm clear on this, because sometimes I talk about things and I tell people on SSI they're receiving 2 checks in December, and they automatically think that second check is a bonus, which I understand, because if you're saying you're getting 2 checks and you're kind of thinking it's a bonus. But what it is it's your check for January. However, when we're looking at, and we'll look at it right here. So that first check for SSI went out on Friday the 1st, December 1st. And now there's another check for SSI coming on the 29th, Friday. That check will show the increase, the COLA increase. So the 3.2% increase will be on that day. Okay. So I'm just making sure you guys understand that. Also, checks will be going out on the 27th, December 27th, for people whose birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st. Okay. So let's move forward here. Moving forward into January, this is where we're going to see the rest of the payments come out. So on the 3rd, we're going to see the payments go out for anyone who has who started receiving Social Security prior to May of 1997. Okay, that's those checks. And this is the same pattern that you've been receiving your Social Security benefits over, for as long as you've been receiving them. So nothing is changing here, but I just want to go over to so you guys know. So we know on the 1st there, that is New Year. And so then we have the 3rd. So January 3rd, first checks go out. January 10th, that is people whose birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th. And then on the 17th, that is people whose birthdays fall between the 11th and the 20th. And then on the 24th, that is for people whose birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st. Okay. And just so you guys know, when it comes to Congress, when are they in session? When are they not in session? Just looking at this, we know that they're going to be on break that first week of January, and then they'll return, or at least the Senate returns on the 8th. And then both the Senate and the House will be there the rest of the week. And then when we go the week further, the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th, they'll both be in session. The 15th will be a holiday. And then moving forward, the 22nd through the 26th, only the Senate will be in session. The House will be on recess. And then on the 29th, you're going to have the Senate in session. And then both the Senate and the House will be in session on the 30th and the 31st. So that is the calendar. I just wanted to quickly go over this with you guys so you know what to expect when it comes to the COLA increase. Now, you should have also received a letter in December. They were sending out letters, actual mailing letters to people, as well as if you have the My Social Security app or that My Social Security account, you can go on there and you can see what your amount is going to be. Now, I did a video where I talked about, showed you a whole spreadsheet. I will post a link to that video at the end of this video so you can check that out if you haven't done so already. Most people know what they're going to be receiving. It's not that much. I think on average it's like $59, but any little helps. Okay, so that's the way that I look at it in this situation. Hopefully we'll get to a point where the cost of living adjustments are more balanced out and they will actually give you your purchasing power back, because right now we're in a situation where that's not happening. The cost of living adjustments not keeping up with inflation, and so people are still struggling as a result of that. So maybe one day Congress, and that's why I like going over the congressional calendar, maybe one day Congress will start moving forward with new legislation, the Social Security 2100 Act. I talk a lot about that because in that Social Security 2100 Act, they have a 2% across the board increase when it comes to COLA. Okay, so what that means is whatever COLA is, so if COLA is a 3.2% like it will be in 2024, in addition to that 3.2%, you're getting 2%. So 2% is going to be tied to it no matter what. So that would have been a 5.2% instead of a 3.2% increase. And so you can see over time that would really help out. But they have to do other things. You can't just have that 2% increase. You're going to have to reform Social Security, because if you did something like that right now and you didn't reform Social Security, let's say you just added an increase to it, but you didn't reform Social Security, the trust fund is going to run out a lot faster because it's going to be depleted a lot faster because you're going to have to pull more money from the Social Security trust funds. And so they have to reform Social Security. And while they're reforming Social Security, they can add that increase. And that's why when you hear politicians talk about we want to expand Social Security, that's what you should be listening for. Don't just listen for Protect. And I know I talk about this over and over again, but believe it or not, when I post a video, YouTube will still promote it to about 10% of my audience. So a lot of you guys are not getting these videos on a regular basis. Even if you click the little notification, they're not going to notify you every time that I post a video. I post videos every day, so they're not going to notify you every time. So that's why I like to say some of the same things over and over again, because I want that to stick. I want people to understand what's going on when it comes to Social Security reform, Social Security expansion, and all of that. Okay, one more thing. I didn't actually mention this, and this is very important. So I want to show you guys the calendar. So looking at the calendar, there is an important date here. And let me change the color here. The 19th of January. This is an important date because we're looking at a potential government shutdown if Congress can't pass these appropriations bills. So they have about, I think it's about four or five that they need to pass. And so they're going to be focused on that, let's hope, because that needs to get done, or we're looking at a government shutdown. Obviously, if we look at a government shutdown, things are going to get bad when it comes to our economy. But Social Security checks will still go out on time. But the Social Security Administration, they might be working with a skeleton crew. They might not have everyone working if we have a government shutdown. So that means customer service is going to be delayed. That means that if you file claims, SSDI claims and things like that, it's going to be delayed as well. So that is potentially going to be a big problem. And then the first week of February, which I haven't even put it on the calendar yet, we're looking at the second half. And so they have two government shutdown dates. Okay, they kind of split it. I don't know all the details when it comes to that, but just understand we're looking at a partial government shutdown on the 19th if they can't move forward with the appropriations bills. And then we could also see another one in the first week of February. So a lot going on, a whole lot going on. I just wanted to make sure you guys were up to date and you know what's going on when it comes to the calendar, when it comes to the COLA increases and all of that. So that's all I have for this video, but I want you to let me know how you feel about things in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. Merry Christmas. You can check out the spreadsheet, the COLA spreadsheet. You can check it out here. I'll post a link to a video. And that's it. Talk to you later. Bye.